Hello, everyone. This is the Triple Cross, aka Agbe Benipa. I would like to share a video with you. The video was made by Sergeant Schultz on BitChute. I hope it works. I hope that I was trying to download it, but it didn't work. So I'm going to try to record it here. I know you can see the visual now, but once I start to play it, hopefully you can still see the visual and hear the audio. If not, then you could check out the video on BitChute. It's called Near Death Experiences, Captured Souls, and the Contradictions in Spirituality. The reason why I wanted to share this with you is because uh, the video pretty much says the speakers in the video pretty much say the same thing that I've said recently about repeating the same lines more or less with slightly new twist. I've also talked about the Matrix Resurrections and how uh, they're trying to throw us off a little bit. The original Matrix was more accurate. I recall that I said that we are light beings, light meaning soul, a soul and the physical body, and that it's the same thing for the Matrix. But the Matrix doesn't touch upon that. Matrix just pretend that we're all physical. That's why Zion was a. That's why the keeper of the Matrix is able to destroy Zion 6 times because it it also is part of the quote unquote simulation. So with that, let's begin.
Happy New Year 2020 coming up. Oopsies, sorry. Happy New Year 2020 coming up. And I had an epiphany. I was watching some YouTube shows and listening to a long 1 hour presentation on near death experiences. And I love that stuff. And I came to the conclusion as I was starting to think about making a nice little comment. I'm a medium, so I do speak to people who cross. And I came to this weird conclusion. I heard 4 or 5 of the speakers say that they wanted to stay, or they were told, listen to my words carefully, told by a voice that no, it's not your time. Who is telling them that it's not their time to pass and cross over to heaven? That really bothers me. Who's controlling them? Who has the nerve to take a sovereign being such as a human and say, well, yeah, next week maybe, but not right now? Now, you could argue it's our own intuition, but no, that's not what they said. They didn't say they said a voice. Okay, here's where I'm going with this. I've studied a lot. I spend most of my time, not an hour, most of my time studying ancient aliens, ancient texts, Egyptian manuscripts, everything I can get my hands on, not to mention I'm a medium, I'm a psychic, and I also take input from my clients. And over again, if you think about it, it makes perfect sense that we are a tiny bit of consciousness from the Creator God. I call it God for now, Godhead, and that we don't need to come to Earth. Why would a creature such as a soul that's free have to come to a dense Earth to practice its lessons? That's like saying that a grass needs to learn how to grow. Listen to me carefully. Does grass need to learn how to grow? No. Does a human soul have to learn to drive a car or to be nice to their parent or to birth a child? Think about that. Now, here's where I'm going to tie it all together. Beautiful soul from a creator and the universe, consciousness, floating free. A creature, a demon, an archon, a reptilian, I don't care what you call it, some other dark creature who has not got that ability decides to harvest that little light, right? That little Tinkerbell called you, this Tinkerbell, grabs that soul and decides to put it into a vessel. This is a suit, a skin suit. Starts messing around, maybe like 2, 3,000, 100,000 years ago, right? They come to Earth, they're messing around with DNA, they're figuring this out. It's kind of an interesting concept. And they grab one of these ape-type humanoids. They start messing around with that DNA, a little of this, a little of that. They start building a prototype, an android. That's what we're doing too. And eventually they come to the conclusion that they need these people to farm. This is just factual Sumerian text. This is nothing, I'm not making this up. This is what happened. This is Sumerian knowledge, okay? This is something they left us. So you can read it. Okay, Stitchin and all those guys have already gone through and done all that. So please do your research. Here's the thing. Here's where I want to bring it up to. We already know. I want to bring this up to speed to get to the point. Okay, so we've been messed with. Our DNA has been messed with. Science has proven that. We have bones that we can't identify. We've got a lot of genetic chaos. Here's where I'm bringing it to. The near-death experiencers said that somebody else told them it's not your time. You're not allowed to have sovereignty over your own experience. You have to stay on Earth. I believe the ego is a machine. It's software. The ego is a software program that is installed into this android suit. Okay? Does it make sense? This is a suit. It's made of flesh. It's very heavy and it's very dense. The human soul is captured, is inserted into the suit, which has an ego program. The ego program works very well. This is a very sophisticated, millions of years of sophistication, that somebody put this whole program together, and that we are here to, supposedly, this is the programming, religious programming. We're here to learn. Learn what? I'll go back to my first principle. If we're free, sovereign beings, a consciousness, a drop of the ocean of God, we don't need to come to Earth to learn how to comb our hair, or to mate, or to pick out an outfit for New Year's Eve. When we die, we can die freely. We can come, we can go. In fact, why don't we come and go all the time? Because we can, because clearly people who have practiced meditation deeply, like Tibetans and other saints, have managed to leave their body. People have seen, if you want to go with the Jesus thing, people have seen Jesus do it, right? That's what was reported. And I'm pretty sure he's not the only one. And so if we've seen evidence of ghosts, time travelers, there's a lot of reports over the years about people who are crisscrossing time slips. In Europe, they call them time slips. If all these dimensions are very fluid, then it seems to me that we are basically, I don't like to use the word, use a different word. We have been harvested. We're farm animals. I don't want to use the SLAU. That word is not very good word these days. But let's just say we're soldiers that have been brought here to harvest, and the goods and services that we are responsible for, generally speaking, are gold and oil. That is why you are not allowed to have free energy. Because free energy would mean, and we keep looking at the people here like the presidents, and stop looking at the humans, whatever those are. Start thinking a little bit more further out. We're here to make oil, because that is a product that is used for commerce for other societies. So that is why we are here. We're just soldiers here. And if you want to go deeper, and if you happen to like some of the stuff that's on YouTube, there's a lot coming out about this. I'm not the only one. I'm just one of the many, many thousands of people who are starting to put the pieces together. I don't believe everything. I don't think you should either. But it makes perfect sense why, if you have no ego, you'll end up in a mental institution, you'll end up being medicated, or you'll end up in a hospital. Because on Earth, if you do not have an ego, you cannot operate here. It's broken, okay? You're corrupted. Think about it. Think very, very strongly about people who are in comas, people who are brain damaged, right? A little bit of that type of example. They can't operate their arms, they can't speak, right? Frontal lobe is damaged. Well, just like when the ego is not operational. And also, one last thing, if you're able to transgress and get past the ego programming and you're able to hack yourself, you hear the kids talking about that, the millennials talking about hacking. They're very, very smart. They're starting to get it now after millions of years. And these kids are coming in and getting it. If you can hack yourself, you might be able to get out of this. I don't know. I don't know. Listen, this is a very sophisticated program on Earth. But anyway, chew it over, leave me a comment. If you don't like it, that's okay. I don't care. I'm not here to please you. I'm just here to basically share. And I'm curious if anybody else has come up with a theory like this. Thank you very much and have a happy new year. Bye.
Hello, everyone. This is Rich Sister, this is Matt Katz here, and I wanted to talk about spirituality and the issues that I have with it. If you guys don't know, I talk about spirituality sometimes, and I try to give my insights. I've uploaded videos in the past. I know you guys wanted to talk about telekinesis tutorials and all that stuff. You guys can watch my videos and all that, but sometimes I have to upload spiritual videos. This is just a video that I want to talk about in a summation of my theories on it from the past. And the thing is, though, is that psychokinesis is that there's a contradictions with spirituality and contradictions in living life. Is that there is no really reason for us to be here because every life that we live is basically the same life. Every life that we do, every life that we live is basically the same. There is no reason to actually be here because there's this thing called constants that I've come up with that basically connect all our lives together. And that every life you live, every new life you live is only small differentiations, small differences, but the constants connect them all.
Okay, I'm going to pause here. This is exactly what I said. And I talked about this in book 5. We're living more or less the same lives with just slightly new twist. Philip K. Dick talked about it, even though he's opposition. He did talk about it, so there is truth to what he said. Can you imagine repeating the same level of pain over? If if you don't remember, just the thought of going through the same life, the same painful life over and over and over again for millions or perhaps billions of years. Isn't that insane? So if you have an opportunity to change it, to do something slightly different that will alter the game so that you can get out of here, why not do it? Why not be uncomfortable just for a few years or this lifetime? Be slightly uncomfortable because the challenges in life are difficult, but then you just plow through it, finding moments of peace, trying to maximize your inner calm. Why not do it? This is insane. The Matrix or the simulation, whatever you want to call it, the grand game, I call it, is insane. And it's the entire universe. Some parts of the universe do not play, but they're very few sections. They do not play. They don't tolerate governments. When you walk outside, the very air that you breathe, I have a recollection of this. I was tapped into this years ago. My mind was blown that there are such pockets of beauty in the universe that do not tolerate being ruled, being controlled. So this whole reincarnation thing is very real. Not only, I mean, and in some cases, you repeat the same life with a new twist, but in some cases, you actually descend and you experience a lot worse level of pain. That is insane. You could give me one lifetime where I'm going through my pain, I find moments of peace, and I'm out of here. Again and again and again, I'll say that the best way to get out of here is honesty, having integrity, being honest with yourself. Two, watch what you consume. Your nutrition is very important. No flesh, or if you are so addicted to flesh, then you want to diminish it. I've said also before that all those vegetarians out there or vegans out there who think they're vegans or who think they're vegetarians are actually consuming meat because the fake sausages, the fake meat have human parts and insect parts in them. I showed videos where Bill Clinton, and others were talking about it. The United Nations talks about it. It's right there. You just have to look for it. So this whole belief system, like, that's what he thinks. No, 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 no. Actually, type it in. You'll find it in the mainstream media. At this point, I'll do one thing and then I'll let the video continue playing. Okay, so I'm going to tap the side of my eye like this, and my eyes are closed. Inside, on the other side where I'm tapping, I'll see a light, a circle light. That's your real self. That's what's being recycled in the system. Because how do you destroy light? Good luck. You can only mess with it. So if one is not careful, when is when? When is when?
The thing is though is that every life that we live, we all feel the same sun. No matter what region of Earth or what race or gender you are, everyone feels the same sensation of sun. No matter where you're at on Earth, you're feeling the same breeze of wind. There is no reason for you to be coming to live a life when you're feeling the same thing. When you're feeling the same thing that everyone feels, there is no point for that. And everybody feels the same sensation of water, rain, and when you swim. There is no reason for you to come and swim because everyone lives and feels the same water. That's what connects all the lives, you know, and that's basically in one life you lived all the lives. You don't need to live multiple lives just to experience small differentiations because all the lives in one life you live them all. You don't need to be here constantly going around circles and going living and dying, living and dying, living and dying. You don't need to be doing that. You don't need to be here just so you can relearn how to be envious or jealous or hateful or to, like, why do you want to be here? Just so you can be envious of others or be hateful of others or jealous of others' things. Why do you want to be here just so you can project that or that you can become that or to feel that? That's not right. Because when you feel those emotions, as you feel those emotions, you're affecting others around you. That's the problem. That's the issue. Is that we're unnecessarily living lives where we are affecting others negatively. And spiritualists can say, well, we're just learning from each other. Well, that's fine. But living life is a bunch of foolishness. There is no reason to be coming here to live. It's
Absolutely none. Take the word live, Live, and spell it backwards. Is it Live? And it's, yeah, spell it backwards, and it's spelled evil. There's nothing that you cannot get in the non-physical. Everything you can experience here will be billions and billions of times better on the other side. Life is not a gift. For the demons, the demonic entities, the dark ones, perhaps it is because they are, if they make better decisions and they ascend, oh, I guess that's a gift. But from a grander perspective, the word that the lady didn't want to use, slave, it's precisely that. That's what we are allowing ourselves to be.
It's all a bunch of childishness.
Yes, it is.
The spirits are so pretentious and such sad entities that they have to be coming back. And the thing is, though, is that this is the sad thing that's going to hit home, is that we have to create problems in order for us to solve them. We have to create issues in
Yeah.
order for us to solve the issue. We have to create the problem in order to solve the problem, when the issue and the problem wouldn't otherwise exist. There is no reason for us to create an issue when there is no reason for the issue to exist from the beginning. It's like this. This is the sad thing, is that spirits, they conduct a new life. They want to live a new life. Basically, what's going on is they're creating a maze. The maze is something for them to get through and to solve and to be able to get out and to live and to all that. But the thing is that as you create the maze, or as you create the problem or the situation for you to live in life, it's defeated because you're the one that created the problem, which means, or the maze, which means that you've already solved it. Whenever you create a problem, for every problem that's created, it is intertwined with a solution. Every problem or situation that must be resolved, that you create, as you create that problem, as you create the maze, you've already solved the maze. It's already beaten because you know every angle and every nuance of that maze. So you basically just defeated yourself, and you defeated the purpose of just going to live it. There's no point to create a problem when, as you're creating it and as you finish it, it's already solved. Because you already know how it goes. So why are you going to do it? That's the thing that's contradicting about the afterlife, about the spirits, is that they are so hell-bent. The only way for this reality to work is to live in amnesia, to be born in amnesia. So you forget what you create so that you can live through it to solve it. That's sad. That's sad. That's childishness, isn't it? Like children playing in the background of a mother and father's house, playing cops and robbers. That's what we're doing. We're not doing nothing impressive. You know? The only thing that we can do is create a maze, which is life, put a blindfold on, fall ass backwards in it, and then pretend that we don't know what the hell's going on so we can solve it. Damn, that's sad, man. That's what spirits do. That's what they do. The motto of spirits is to be busy, stay busy. Second motto is to love. Love is automatic. The first thing is stay busy. Spirits want to be busy because they get bored. That's sad. The spirits need to be content where they're at and stay where they're at instead of creating unnecessary, childish, stupid situations that don't even make sense. Why in the hell are you going to live a life to be a janitor or to be a mechanic when you're not even going to do those things when you're dead? Why in the hell are you going to learn to have sex when there is no sex in death? Why in the hell are you going to do that? That's sad. The spirits need to be content where they're at and need to stop. And I'm going to end this video right now because it's going to end. That's the thing, is that that's the problem. The spirits need to be content. They need to stop living life. They need to be where they're at, stay where they're at. And you guys need to pass this along because this is tell Matt Frazier and John Edwards, the mediums, this. Any medium, tell this to them. This racist back at spirits want to share that with you. That's a problem. When the world ends, let's stay home. Don't create another world. Take care.
Okay. All right. Let's see if this actually worked. So remember, heaven is actually outside of the universe, or I don't know what you want to call it. Source consciousness. The universe is a disk-like, small, well, depending on how you look at it. It's in the middle of like nowhere. It's finite in the middle of infinite space, and we're all on lockdown. Okay, so we're all on lockdown, and the only way we can get out is through integrity, honesty, being real, and not abusing others and so forth. Okay, let's see. I hope this works. Source speed, everyone. Good luck back to source consciousness.